All right, I want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go to the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace. All right, I was watching Woolworth Sports this morning, and they was asking, was Brad Holmes already the best Lions GM of all time? Okay, um, I can't say all time because I don't go back in the day, but I understand back in the day was some horrible days. But in the '90s, uh, they had some good teams in the '90s. They had some good teams in the '90s, man. Luther Ellis, Robert Porcher, Britt Pearman, Donnie Morton. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine Crowell was going to be another great one. So they ain't had that many general managers. You had since 1936, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They had 13 general managers since 1936. 13. So pull them up. So it ain't been a hell of a lot of them. They've been pretty low. So if I had to just go on a guesstimation, Chuck Smith would probably be considered the best one. That was their last before 1958, where Edwin Anderson was the general manager, partial owner, president, general manager as well. Well, that was before him. My bad. Nick Carbier. This is like when the last time they was good. 1957. That was when the Fords bought them. This was their last good era when they was winning championships and stuff. So we know they was trash. We know they was trash after Nick. Chuck Smith probably had the best run. He had a 11-year run, and he had a lot of talent there. Herman Moore, however he got a trade, Brett Perriman, Brian Westbrook. They had good talent in them areas. Then Matt Millen took over 2001. So just off a train of thought, I would say Chuck Smith is probably the GOAT as far as in our era. Before that, everybody else was solid, right? Then Matt Millen was terrible. He spent 7 seasons here. Then you had an interim guy in there. He was going after the year Bill Tobin. Then Martin Mayhew, who worked under and with Matt Millen, he got a upgrade. So I don't know how this go. They both was direct. I don't know how this went because they both ran parallel, so whatever. So they won, in my opinion. Get them out of here. Martin Mayhew was working with Matt Millen. He got a promotion when they fired Matt Millen, which Martin Mayhew was not a general manager in the Washington football team. Intern one don't count. Bob Quinn, trash. So really, his only competition, even in his short, and they ain't even drafted twice, his only competition come 1957 and back, and Chuck Smith, who architected the last playoff AFC NFC championship game team. So Chuck Smith in our era is the GOAT. Is the best. And I'm pretty sure he made some mistakes. But he had a really good, team. Obviously he brought in Scott Mitchell, got rid of Eric Kramer. Kramer was the quarterback. If you ever need a trivia question, ever ask who was the last quarterback to start and win a playoff game in Detroit, it was Eric Kramer as of right now. It was Eric Kramer. So, I don't, that's ever a trivia game question y'all need to ask. That's who it was. So is Brad Holmes now, is he the GOAT? Is he the best? I mean, I say this. He feel more prepared than what I remember in the last 22 years. he seems more prepared. He seemed to have a better eye for the talent. Now, remember when Mark Mayhew got here, they hired that Xander guy, that Sanders guy, whatever his name, Brian Sanders, whatever, to help them draft. And that was like their best draft. I believe that might have been the Darius Slay draft. And they had hired that he was from the Broncos, Brandon Ayers or whatever like that. And they had their most complete and coordinated and most uh 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 uh, uh structured draft that they had, to a long time. And Brad Holmes came in here and he made some mistakes. Absolutely, he came in here with it just seemed a lot more fluid. It seemed a lot more structured. The template for what they laid out seemed like they more on code. He seems a lot more not just this diligent. He just seems a lot, and not just his integrity. He just seemed a lot more prepared. Is the word. He seems a lot more prepared. Now, did he make a mistake with Jared Goff? Absolutely. That's his biggest mistake right there with Trinity Benson, which is a mistake still that's processing, still pending. He still can be good, right? But, the draft last year is pretty good. Sewell and Azorki had a back injury. Melifanu flash in the Green Bay game, got injured. McNeil was probably the most solid guy up front last year for them. But in undrafted, he smashed it. Undrafted, he smashed it. Derek Barnes, pretty good. But he smashed it with them DBs, bro. Parker, Price. You know what I'm saying? He smashed it. So, like I said before, he showed. I can't call him prematurely the best GM of our time, but he damn show also brought. I think he brought Charles Harris in and turned Godwin and Bucci to a running back. Be patient, but he seems to be the most prepared. He seems to be the most prepared. Jerry Jacobs in there too. He seemed to be the most prepared. So that DB backfield is looking really good. He seemed to be the most prepared. He seemed to be drafting pretty cleanly. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even know how the draft look. We could turn around next year and say he horrible, he terrible, he trash. Turn around and say it again. So a lot of times just on a day by day basis. But when they wasn't winning no games, it wasn't looking too good because ultimately his direct pickup from the Stafford trade, which it seemed like he gave his team a bone. I'm still not gonna stop saying that, was with Stafford was taking Jared Goff back. That's his biggest hiccup. And Goff, had he found somebody that was just half decent, that team probably would have won 6, 7 games last year, and then the hype probably would have been extremely high. But right now, I can't really prepare to call him the best, but he shows seemed like one of the more prepared guys. You know what I'm saying? So he took an offensive lineman, a D lineman. He didn't take a tight end. You know what I'm saying? He didn't take no tight end. So that was interesting. You know, So we'll see. But ultimately, I'm telling you this: if he able to keep drafting well and find an undrafted free agents, and he able to fix the depth, it's gonna be interesting. If he able to fix that depth, and ultimately, his biggest hurdle is gonna be depth and quarterback. If he able to find a quarterback, man, it's gonna be on and popping. It's gonna be on and popping for him. If he able to find that quarterback, man, it's gonna be on and popping. So just keep filling the depth. It's 20 years before he got here, 21 years before he got here of a bad draft and bad free agent contracts. Don't have no depth. Then he had a guy coming here and traded all the talent away. By the way, Quadre Diggs went back to Seattle, traded all the talent away, and now look at him. So he got a lot to cover up. But he couldn't go through last year and have us winless in the inaugural 17-game season. We couldn't lose 16 straight games again either. I'm glad that didn't happen. We just couldn't have that happen. We couldn't have that happen. So glad that didn't happen. And now, and that was directly towards it, even though he didn't have a hand in drafting or picking Dan Campbell. I think they was forced together, right? My thing is the quarterback he brought in was the problem. You know, they was criticizing Dan Campbell for throwing Jared Goff under the bus. Rightfully so. He deserved to be thrown under the bus. And happy birthday to Mel Gray. Shout out to him. It's his birthday, former line. He decided he threw him under the bus. And he deserved it. He was that bad playing. You can tell, Campbell didn't want him. Hopefully they take Willis or somebody the bright guy that's gonna get it right. So hopefully get the right guy. And that's what I can say. Hopefully they find the right guy. Because a lot of teams having great rosters. A lot of teams having great rosters, bro. But the quarterback be stopping them from consistently being great. Like Jacksonville. They had a great roster with Jacksonville, but the quarterback stopped them from being great. So it's something to look at, man. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. I think he seems to be the most prepared, but I can't say the greatest. But yeah, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Other than that, man, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsor, video request, hit me up. All my links, subscription, financial, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal, and description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Marshall Sports Talk. Peace. Let me